All right, man, peace. So, brother, this is going to be the latest entry into the series, The Breakup Makeup Cycle. And as I always state in other editions of this series, if you ever find yourself with someone, of course, that being your significant other, who's eager to enter into that phase of the quote-unquote relationship, that's a major red flag, bro. Major red flag. Nothing good comes of taking a quote-unquote break or breaking up with someone that you believe you care about and that you believe cares about you. Because if the relationship is actually caring, people are going to converse and they're going to discuss. Many times if someone wants to quote-unquote take a break, there's an ulterior motive. Maybe they're interested in someone else and they just want to initiate some type of conversation with them to see where it goes with that other person. Might be a quote-unquote male friend, might be an ex, who knows? Or maybe they've already been talking to someone and now they want to try to take the relationship to another level and see if they can put you on timeout, leave you on ice, check the new person out, and if things don't work out, then they can try to come back to you. Either way, anything of value that you've lost access to for a pronounced period of time is not going to have anywhere near that same value once you get back access to it. I believe that I used this analogy in another video. If you have a dog that you love and that dog ran away and it's taken you 3 weeks to find that dog and it was returned to you and you found out that it was in the woods for 2.5, 3 weeks scrounging around, you can't just bring that dog back into your house. It might have rabies. It might have lice. It might have ticks. It might have some other disease from being out there in the woods, in the wilderness. The same thing with your quote unquote woman or former girlfriend or whatever you want to call her. You have no idea where she's been. You have no idea what type of spirits have come onto her or have entered into her because of her yearning to have adventures. So always understand that if you're someone who decides that you're going to tolerate the breakup, makeup dynamic, you're not going to get back the same thing that left you. So anyway, they're going to talk about it. I'm going to chime in.
Plaintiff China Lynn Drummond has dated the defendant off and on for 6 years. And
brothers, once again, we're hearing the same thing over and over and over again. That's why I cover these concepts, because they're pretty much all interrelated. And I will say that 95% of the elements of this society that are distracting the so-called black man have to do with the issues that he endures in these quote-unquote relationships. That breakup, makeup shit, off again, on again, what does that really mean? That means normalized dysfunction. That's all that means. And the person that you consider your significant other, if she's someone who's interested in engaging in that take a break, off again, on again shit, they're going to continue to do that until they feel like they no longer look good enough to get another man, or they're not willing enough to get to know somebody new. That's really what the modern female is about.
She claims they have 4 children together. However, China Lynn says the defendant has doubts about fathering the children.
Well, no shit. You guys been off again, on again for 6 years. My only issue is that he should have been had all of his kids paternity tested.
So she petitioned the court for a paternity test. Defendant Darian McCrary says while China Lynn was pregnant with her first child, her friend reached out to him and claimed that she and China Lynn had a threesome with her boyfriend.
That's my point exactly. Whenever you say, okay, we can go on break or whatever, and she goes off to perform whatever adventure she's going to perform, those are the type of things that are probably going on, man. Having orgies and 3-ways and all that other shit, and coming back bringing all of those bodily fluids to you.
Darian claims once a cheater, always a cheater.
Right, but Darian, if you believe that, why are you back with the chick for? If you truly believe once a cheater, always a cheater, why are you back with her? Is it because you guys have 4 kids together? If that's the case, why did you have 4 kids with the broad if you believe that she's a cheater? Once again, brothers, these are problems that we create.
That's why he has doubts about fathering all 4 of the children.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
And today you two are here for a paternity test.
Yes.
And you have 4 children together. And you all would like to confirm everything because obviously there's some question for some reason. Let's start with you. Give me some background on your relationship and your children. What do you want to tell me today?
I have been in a relationship with Darian for 6 years, on and off. And when I was 7 months pregnant with our oldest child, he went through my phone and found
you being a damn hoe.
me kissing a female friend of mine.
You know, brothers, it's so funny. Back like 10, 15 years ago, maybe 20 years ago, that was the time period where it was starting to become more and more popular for affluent black females to get on television and talk about black men on the down low. Oprah was doing it. A lot of other quote-unquote affluent black females were doing it at that time period. Around 15 to 20 years ago, I remember Sanaa Lathan made an appearance on the Oprah Winfrey Show around the time of the release of her film Something New. I remember that was one of the first films that I broke down to a certain degree on this channel, even though I'm going to revisit that film and do a far more intricate breakdown of that movie, most likely later on down the line. Point being is this: Sanaa Lathan went on the Oprah Winfrey Show, and as usual, she tried to act as if she cared about the so-called black man while revealing her true understanding or her true view or perspective on the so-called black man. She said, you know, we love our black brothers. We're just waiting for them to catch up to us. I said, wow, look at this broad, man. And 95% of the black actresses in Hollywood, most of their jobs come from black directors. Very few of them can even get jobs in Hollywood unless a black male director hires them, whether it be Spike Lee or Tyler Perry. I remember before he died, John Singleton used to employ a lot of these black actresses like Nia Long, etc. And they get on TV and just talk all this dumb shit. My point being is that a large amount of these modern, liberal, westernized black females are bi-curious, as they call it, quote-unquote bi-curious. They don't call it on the down low. They call it bi-curious, where they go around holding each other's hands and kissing each other and all these other things, rubbing coochies together until they start a fire. But nobody says shit. Ain't that something?
And from then on, he just had doubts about our first child.
A female friend?
Yes.
She couldn't get you pregnant?
I know. But it went on to our first child together. He's lighter than me. And of course, Darian is darker than me. So the complexion is the same as her boyfriend. And it's just been a few incidents with that situation. So
you all's child is the same complexion of the boyfriend
of the friend
of the woman you kissed.
Yes.
So John, how does her boyfriend,
and there has been an issue,
how does it go from kissing her and my child came out looking like her boyfriend, who I never touched?
Right. Your Honor, she told
But did you kiss him, maybe?
No, she told...
No, the judge is trying to get the plaintiff to come correct on the fact that it's very obvious that she slept with her friend's boyfriend.
Oh, no, we had a threesome.
Oh, a threesome.
Yeah.
Ah, see, you left that part out. That's a...
Notice how they do that. They love to conveniently leave certain aspects of what actually went down out of their story on many of these court cases. Let me wind this back a little bit.
Her boyfriend, who I never touched.
Right. Your Honor, she told...
But did you kiss him, maybe?
No, she told him that we had a threesome.
Oh, a threesome.
Yeah.
Ah, see, you left that part out. That's how that happened.
Now the plot thickens.
Yeah. When did that happen? The threesome.
Before me and Darian actually got in a relationship.
How long ago?
We weren't committed. We were just, talking, just
okay,
met.
So that's through a question. So, John, how does her boyfriend,
and there has been an issue.
how does it go from kissing her, and my child came out looking like her boyfriend, who I never touched.
Right. Your Honor, she told
But did you
him-
kiss him, maybe?
No, she told him that we had a threesome.
Oh,
So in other words, her quote-unquote girlfriend or homegirl dropped dime on what they were doing behind the defendant's back. Why is that? Because most likely the plaintiff's friend wanted to sleep with the defendant as some form of revenge or some act of get back.
threesome. Nah, see, you left that part out. That's how that happened.
Now the plot thickens.
Yeah. When did that happen? The threesome.
Before me and Darian actually got in a relationship.
How long ago?
We weren't committed. We was just, talking.
Yeah, according to you, you guys were not committed.
Just
Okay,
met.
so that threw a question.
Yeah.
I guess he's saying if you have threesomes and you had one with this guy and he looks like the child and got it. All right, sir.
Right, but why has it taken him so long to get confirmation on who the dad is? You're carrying all this baggage. You got 4 kids with the broad, and you still thinking about something from 6 years ago? Like, come on, bro.
Let me hear from you.
I started dating Miss China Drummond the end of 2012. We got serious around the beginning of 2013. She became pregnant around the beginning of 2014 with our first son. His name is Nyland. And like she mentioned, he's very light-skinned. So at the time he was born,
She is too.
Exactly.
Go
he's
ahead.
lighter than her.
Can I
He's lighter than some white people that I've seen.
Well, hold on. Well, he probably skipped a generation or two.
Right.
She has white in her, as do you.
That's not necessarily true. This notion that so-called black people come in various shades because of admixture with the Caucasian, that's erroneous. That's not always the case. Sometimes it is the case, but it is not always the case. It's based on the false presumption or the false assumption that all so-called black people actually are akin to the people that we call today Africans. And that is erroneous as well. The people that we call so-called black people today in America come from 3 different stocks. The Aboriginal blacks who are already here, or the quote-unquote copper-colored races who came in various shades of brown. A large component of so-called black people from the west coast of Africa, and a large component of so-called black people who came here fleeing from Europe during the race wars of the 16 and 1700s. So when you combine those 3 groups of blacks together, you have what you call today the American blacks, and also the Caribbean blacks, Central American, South American, etc. That is why we come in various shades of brown. And also, yes, to a certain degree, there was some admixture with the quote-unquote Caucasian, but nowhere near to the degree that they try to act as if there was. The reason why the Caucasian pushes and promotes that is because subconsciously he wants the so-called black man and black woman to view themselves as his illegitimate children, thereby reinforcing that dynamic of always seeking his acceptance and his validation. But that's why they push that all so-called black people who are not coal black, they have some mixture with the white man. So that means that, yes, we should always be striving to come together with them and seeking their acceptance. That's not true.
As do I. And it can skip a generation. You can look like your son, but look totally different from your daughter, but the daughter might look like the grandfather or the grandmother. So can't necessarily determine by complexion in particular.
Right. I get it. I understand. I know our history, so.
All right. Now there's 3.
Are you sure that you know our history, brother? A lot of people don't. They just say that they do. And Judge Mathis, nothing against him, but he was trained in the law and the judicial aspect of this system. He's not a historian. He gets on TV and tries to act as if he could speak on things that he knows nothing about, like the history of so-called black people or the Bible, things of that nature. He's an official of the judicial system, and he's an actor. That's it.
You
Right.
can talk about that.
So 7 months of her being pregnant with Nyla, her friend reached out to me via Instagram, and she messaged me on social media, and she was telling me that she had some stuff to tell me. So, you know, quite naturally, I reached back out to her to see what she was talking about. And what she told me was that her and China had a relationship and they had been messing around. And not only did she say they was messing around, but she also went on to tell me that...
Brothers, did you hear that? The defendant states that the plaintiff's friend called him to tell him that they were engaging in a lesbian affair.
Her and her boyfriend was having threesomes with China.
That's a lie.
Okay, well...
You didn't...
Yeah, you already admitted it. So that showed you how easy it is for these females to get on TV in these court cases and tell these lies. That's why it's up to the man to do his due diligence to decide if he wants to be with a person and why. I'm going to rewind this back just a little bit.
Had a relationship and they had been messing around. And not only did she say they was messing around, but she also went on to tell me that her and her boyfriend was having threesomes with China.
That's a lie.
Okay, well...
You didn't admit it.
Yeah, you didn't.
Not a relationship and it was ongoing, no.
Y'all
It
just
wasn't
freaking off
even-
for every now and then.
No.
Absolutely. Engaging in a little three-way tryst, and now she wants to act holy. A lot of these bros, they do shit when they're 19 and 20 years old that they're embarrassed about.
No, Your
Yeah,
Honor,
exactly.
no. It was not. No. And
So
it was
anyway-
one...
How often did
It
you
was
freak
one
off
time.
with them?
It was one time.
How often did you freak off? And what's your phone number?
And then
often?
that happened the way she told him.
How
the story.
often?
It happened once.
Oh.
This one time.
Did you videotape it? I might need it for evidence.
You believe
But
it?
the
And-
woman said it happened regularly or several
Yeah,
times?
she said that it happened several times. You had your chance to talk.
Okay,
Let me
go ahead.
talk.
Go ahead.
It ain't your
She's trying to overtalk you so that she can maintain the lie.
turn no more. So anyway,
Yeah, ma'am, I'm trying to hear about this freaky. Go ahead.
I told you, Judge Mathis trying to get to the bottom of that damn three-way. He about to ask for the videotape. Well, ma'am, you know the judicial system demands proof. So I'm going to need all the videotapes you got. And about an hour to myself.
so
Just kidding.
So quite naturally, I reached back out to her and she gave me the whole rundown of how her and China had been messing around with her boyfriend. So that led me to believe that the kid wasn't mine, because around the time she was messing with her and her boyfriend, that's the time that Nylan was conceived.
And how many years ago was this, though?
This happened in 2014.
And when did you get the information from this gossiping woman?
About 7 months into her being pregnant with Nylan.
In 14.
Yes. In
So why are you just
2014.
bringing it up?
Thank you for asking that question, man. I don't understand these guys. You carry all that baggage, you develop these bonds with these little kids, and in the back of your mind, you wondering if that boy is even yours, as opposed to just having the paternity test taken. Why are you waiting so long for? Once again, paternity tests should be mandatory, because males in America have constantly proven that they're scared of actually having a damn backbone and doing what's best for them.
Because we have 3 other kids, and I don't know whether or not they mind either. You know.
How did you suddenly, after...
So every day you go home to 4 children that you're not sure are yours. And you expect people with a brain to believe that that does not play a factor in compromising the love and devotion that you have for those children. As opposed to you just saying, let me have a paternity test taken for all 4 of these kids.
Even after 14, this is 5 years earlier.
Yeah, because
How did it...
I forgave her, you know, and I grew attached to the kids, and I love the kids.
You had a
know.
question mark in your mind
Oh, you just love the kids, huh? You like Trick Daddy.
and ever
Yeah,
since
it's always in the back of my mind, you know, because like I said, once a person cheat once, they'll cheat again.
then? Boy,
Well, I agree with that. Something that someone will do once, they'll do again. But if you feel that way, why you still with her? Oh, I know why. Because she got a big booty.
She screenshotted me the messages of her and China talking about it. They was laughing at me, saying, well, oh yeah, he don't believe it no more, or, you know, we got down on him or whatever. And it was through the messages with her and her friend messaging each other, talking about the threesome.
you admit to this just...
So now you want us to believe that you read a screenshot of your girl clowning you and you still with her, but supposedly we supposed to respect you. So you're reading the screenshot with your girl like, girl, got him again. 4 kids now ain't his. This dumb nigga raising them. Whew. I'm so happy I got me a stupid bald-headed ass man.
That's the question is how many times?
Right.
So, and we know, man, person get pregnant
And
off the
he
one
got to
encounter.
add that she, was online trying to get with you and sending you pictures too, right?
Well, of course. That goes without saying. That was the whole purpose of her telling him in the first place. Brothers, most of these women don't have no damn real friends. They think that they friends are they friends, man. A woman's real friend is supposed to be her husband, her man. That's who she's supposed to be building something with and confiding in. These bros, they want to build up this fake-ass pseudo-lesbian circle of theirs where they go around, yeah, girl, you know, I'm going to do this to this man, do that to this man. And they always end up trying to stab each other in the back. Especially if one of them gets a man that the other one finds attractive.
I mean, that's besides the point. That ain't
That's
why
the
we-
woman, the same
Yeah.
woman that's telling.
So
That is
she-
the very point.
Me and her
She
actually,
gonna make it look worse so she can get her man.
and me and her
Right, but it's pretty much already been confirmed that everything that the friend has stated, she's backing up with substance. She said that they were having menages. The plaintiff has confirmed it. She sent him screenshots of their messages clowning him. So, I mean, it's not like she's been an unreliable witness.
fell out over a situation with our kids, and that's when she told him about this.
Is that true? This
Yeah,
woman,
but
you
you know
got a
why-
woman trying to wreck your relationship with your woman.
You know why they
with
fell
4
out, Your
children.
Honor? Because she went through my phone and she was able to see that, well, she thought it was another girl, but actually it was my other baby mama that I was with.
Oh,
What we're talking about today is these
Why you gotta mention that shit? So far, the case was going well for you. Now you gotta throw that in there.
children. Do you believe these 4 children are yours, and have you raised them as such?
I've raised them as mine. I want them to be mine. I would love for them to be mine. I work every
We're gonna
day.
find out.
Okay.
and I would like to add that our youngest child, he has signed every birth certificate except for hers, and that is another reason, one of the main reasons why I'm here.
How young is that child?
She's 1. She just turned 1 in
Okay,
February.
so, sir, what suddenly made you question the
Cause she light
paternity as a
skinned.
1-year-old?
She's light skinned just like Nyla, the first one.
All right.
Your Honor, can I?
People without that understanding and wisdom or knowledge might think that. But I want folks that don't have that wisdom and knowledge of how children may not look like the father or the mother, not necessarily the case that they're not related. It could be generation. My granddaughter looks, many people say, just like me. Her father she looks like as well, but he is dark complected. He's darker than you. Handsome young man. I get jealous of him. He's so handsome.
Pause.
Walking around my house, pretty boy.
Pretty motherfucker. Pretty motherfucker. I can see Judge Mathis in the house mad as hell. With no shirt on, just a pair of sweatpants. His man titty swinging around. Every time his daughter's husband walk past, he mad. Pretty motherfucker. I remember I used to look like you back in 78.
No, I love him. But you are the father of all 4 children.
Thank you. All 4.
I guess we're gonna move forward. It's good that
And that's a damn shame. Like, where are we as a society where the audience is giving a round of applause when they find out that the woman is not a hoe, or at least not sloppy enough to have gotten impregnated by another man in the midst of her relationship? Is that where we at right now?
we got that out the way. Now I know that the kids are mine, and I love to, be with her and be a family.
Well, congratulations, brother. Y'all look very nice together, but I don't know how y'all gonna move forward when you say she's a cheater, and every time she get pregnant, you think it's by another man. But you're in too deep now, so you might as well make it work. Y'all got 4 kids together. God bless you.
Me too. I agree with everything. Hopefully we can move forward from here. And I love this man. He is a great father, and I do want to add that.
That's good and that's nice. Hopefully everything works out for them.
All right, congrats, you guys.
Yeah, I told you that. I told you it was all yours.
Let me see these results.
He said, let me double check this shit. Make sure it's actually my name where it says daddy. His father, all 4 children. But anyway, peace.